week long.
It's all month
Hello,
long.
everybody, and welcome to tonight's Malty Monday. We're going to be looking at the Imperial Red / Amber Ale. That's a big word, Imperial. They welcome in our panel that we do have tonight. We had a couple folks that really tried, and they thought that they had gotten Imperial Red, and they didn't, unfortunately. But I want to thank them anyways for their gallant effort. Tonight we have Alex, the beer master.
What's up?
Chadio, Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue.
Cheers. Thanks for having me, Bumpy.
Thanks for being here. Beer Man.
Cheers.
Last Beer.
What up?
Thomas Metal 75. Michael Kormaroff, Red or Amber.
Hello, everybody.
Miscellaneous Brew Reviews.
Cheers.
Welcome into the chat. Not sure if everybody's still hanging out or not, but D1 was first, and then I broke his heart. Stoney's here. Cheers to Stoney. Paul was asking about some homebrew thing, and I've never heard of it, so I couldn't tell you. But it has brown in the name. It doesn't say anything about red or amber, so I have no clue.
Unless she's a redhead.
The redhead with the brown.
Yeah.
Fake head.
Ronald Sutton's here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Paul has a couple other things.
John and Ellie, keep both hands on the steering wheel, please.
Yeah, John. Cheers.
Safety first, John.
I can hear
All
him.
right.
You told me to live my life.
Well, let's go ahead and get this show going here. And it looks like Alex, the beer master, is going to be first to present his brew.
All right. Well, I got the Nuggets Nectar Trogs Brewing, and I don't think I ever had this. So what I'm going to do is pour it up, see what it looks like. I hope it's going to be delish. I heard it's very bitter because it is 93 IBUs. Smells pretty good. When you first heard it, I could smell it from here. Yes, I got it from the stores that legendary BuMpY doesn't suggest to go get, but some of the beers there have great dates. Again, it all depends on their hit or miss. So I agree on BuMpY on one thing on that. They are hit or miss on the dates and stuff. So that's what it looks like. There looks pretty good.
You
So,
know what I forgot to do? I'll do this right after you're done,
The
Alex.
BCB. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did forget.
I was going to ask.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, did
So
you,
this
you
is-
put the link in the chat either?
So
Oh,
it looks pretty good. It looks very clear, like golden, just like a delicious beer. And I'll give you the smell and the taste next time around. Appreciate you. And BuMpY, let's hear what you got to say. Because you said you had to say something.
Well, I got to. I'm going to bring us back kind of like this for just a second.
I know about this.
I forgot to do the BJCP write up. Now, there's no real BJCP guidelines for the Imperial version. So basically, all it is this version that's been amped up with the ABV, and usually the bitterness will go up too when the ABV is going up to keep it kind of still balanced. But this is just going after the American Amber Ale. It's an amber, hoppy, moderate strength. This one's going to be more than moderate strength. American craft beer with a caramel malty flavor. The balance can vary quite a bit, with some versions being fairly malty and others being aggressively hoppy. Hoppy and bitter versions should not have clashing flavors with the caramel malt profile. The appearance on them is usually amber to coppery brown in color, and moderately large off-white head, good retention, generally quite clear, although dried hop versions may be slightly hazy. The comments on it can overlap in color with darker American pale ales, but with a different malt flavor in balance. Regional variations exist, with some being fairly mainstream and others being quite aggressive in hopping. Stronger and more bitter versions are now split into the red IPA style. history. A modern American craft beer style developed as a variation from American pale ales, known simply as red ales in some regions. These beers were popularized in the hop-loving Northern California and Pacific Northwest areas before spreading nationwide. All right. I guess style comparison, I could kind of do that one. Darker, more caramelly, more body, and generally less bitter in the balance than American pale ales. Less alcohol. Oh, these ones are going to have more alcohol because they're imperial. Bitterness and hop character than red IPAs. So it's not imperial IPA or red IPA. It's an ale. Less strength, malt, and hop character than American strong ales. Should not have a strong chocolate or roast character that might suggest an American brown ale, although small amounts are okay. So there we go. I got through the little write-up there, BJCP. So now we can go back to this, and Chatio, now you can present what you're bringing.
Okay. I always get scared when I see myself. I don't know why. I'm not a sexy man, I tell you. All right. I'm bringing going to take a second for it to get. Okay, there goes Bootstrap Brewing Company out of Longmont, Colorado. I call it Wreak Havoc. Other people call it Wreck Havoc. I like Rake. I don't know. It's 8.5%. I forgot the IBUs. It's been a long day of shoveling. Sorry. Right. There's the can art. I like showing that off, but they're cool. Very impressive can art. All the can art is like insanely cool. Crack this bad boy open. Oh, I forgot to mention this beer expired yesterday. Cheers.
Oh,
Science experiment.
And it turned brown since then.
Yeah.
immediately a brown ale, yes.
Yep.
You're kicked off.
All right.
Oh,
Good color. I mean, I'm using natural light today. It's like really nice at the time change. Natural light. It is definitely darker amber color, about a 2 to 3 finger head, depending on your hand size. Cheers.
Cheers.
You're glowing, Shadio. You're glowing.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
Twins? Wow, we should go on Oprah.
You get a baby and you get a baby.
Yay!
Thank you, Chatio. All right. Let's see what last beer here is bringing. Josh.
Alrighty. Cheers, Bumpy. Thanks for having me. So tonight I have from South Street Brewing out of Charlottesville, Virginia, the Imperial Satan's Pony. This is an Imperial Amber Ale or Red Ale. Bourbon barrel aged, 9%, 19 IBUs. So, yeah. This is the amped up version of the regular Satan's Pony. Double everything, pretty much. So, drinking a lot of bottled beers lately. Oh, can't even get the top. There we
Need a
go.
new bottle opener, though.
I know. Ooh.
I've got some bad ones too. New church key.
Is it going to be any head?
Nice Deschutes glass.
Thank you, sir. I got it at a tap takeover a couple years ago.
Heck yeah.
There's head today. Oh, a little head today.
There's a little bit of head.
Hey!
Yeah, better little head than no head.
Oh,
So, yeah, nice color. Oh, dark as hell. So, yeah. Cheers, Bumpy. Thanks for having me. I'm gonna dive into this guy and come back.
Cheers, Josh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Beer, man.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't ready.
All right, so here, man. So we got Fearless Brewing Company out of Estacada, Oregon, just east of me, about an hour and a half. Loki Red Ale. It's a 7.5% ABV, no IBUs listed, and no date. So they got new labels. It looks nicer. They used to look kind of funky. But last I had this, it wasn't terrible. It took me a while to find one finally. Phew. Let's go aggressive. All right, so nice deep amber color, pushing copper, nice white or off-white, creamy kind of tan, almost tan head. Yeah, nice tight bubbles. Yeah, memory foam. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to this. Thanks, BuMpY. Cheers.
Cheers, Beer Man.
Cheers, beer man. All right, and then we got Thrash.
Cheers, everybody. Out of Monument, Colorado, we got Pikes Peak Brewing Company. This is the Devil's Head Red Ale. It's a 7.3 red. So let's pour her up.
That beer's so good.
Wow.
The devil and Satan on the same show.
Yeah, right. Devil's Head is actually a mountain not too far from Monument.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The boys,
Up above Sedalia.
Yeah, I've hiked it when I was a kid in Boy Scouts.
It looks like the Devil's Head, looking up.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks very coppery, caramelly, kind of a little honey in there too. Very tight bubbles in there. It looks like the lacing is going to be happy on it.
Nice, yeah.
We'll see. Let's see. Little effervescence in there. We'll see how the head holds. Cheers.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers.
ooh, hello, and thank you for stopping by the Bumpy Road channel of YouTube. We got another beer from Hershey, Pennsylvania's own Trogs, Nugget Nectar. This is, again, 7.5 nitro IBUs. My can is freshest by the 12th of May, 2021. So, yeah. It says put it in a tumbler, but I'm going to use a Teku because, well. All right. Let's see if we can get any differences in here. All right. Here we go. Very effervescent, very opaque. It's pretty see-through for the most part. Nice red, coppery color, two-finger head on my end. Nice sort of off-white, khaki-colored head. And I can already smell a bunch of the orangey rind and the dank citrusy notes. So, good start so far.
Nice, man.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
Is
Thank y'all.
Okay.
Freezer chug.
I have the same thing that Eric has. Mine's in a bottle.
Ooh, all right.
Fancier. Eric, you got one up.
We'll see if it looks the same in the glass. I'm going to pour it.
let's see if he makes an Alex the Beer Master pour mine.
Let's see what happens here.
He's gonna tilt it real.
I take special instruction from Alex.
Ooh,
So far, so good.
the tri-state way of doing it.
Okay, so in the glass, I don't know if you can tell in this light, you're getting that reddish kind of orange kind of into it, and you're getting a lot of carbonation shooting up with a half finger off-white head. And when we come around again, I'll give a full description. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Yeah.
Legendary Andrew, you're up.
All right, cheers, guys. So I've got something from Brew Hub out of Lakeland, Florida. This is their Diver Down. This is an Imperial Red Ale. Comes in at 8%. Canned on 10, 13, 20. So it's about 5 months old.
Glad that thing's not from Plant City. I'd tell you not to drink it.
Uh-oh. That good, huh?
Yeah, Plant City is an interesting place. Not too far from Lakeland.
Okay.
Oh, that looks
Here's
good.
Beer. Got about a two-finger off-white head. This one's pretty dark. Yeah, I'd say it's a nice copper, dark amber, fairly effervescent. The head's a little rocky. It's going down fairly quick. Looks like Swiss cheese. So, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I have
Cheers.
big expectations
Cheers,
for this beer.
Legendary.
Thank you, Miss. So mine is from Granite Ridge Brewing. They're out of Troy, New Hampshire. And this one's called Wrong Trail. It's an Imperial Amber Ale. Comes in at 7.3% ABV. A little write-up on the back about the trail and whatever else they wanted to say. This beer is 5 months old at the time of doing this, so I have had it stored in my fridge for a little bit. And it wasn't super fresh when I got it either. I think it was probably in the 3-month range anyways. I had one earlier, so this is a dirty glass, but at least it's with the same style beer and everything in it.
That's good.
But much like everybody else's, it pours with an off-white kind of khaki-ish yellow head, tight bubbles. The color of the beer itself is it's not really super red or amber. It's kind of this coppery orange type color. So that's that.
Yes.
I think there's sediment actually. Yeah, there is. There's floaty sediment that you can't really see through there, but it's like it's floating and not moving much. Even the carbonation's not causing it to really move. It's just like particles.
Suspension.
Suspension. All right, let's bring Alex back in so he can go through.
All right.
I love this beer, Alex, I tell you.
I already drank a little bit of it, and it's been pretty darn good. But I'll tell you in a second. So this is nice reddish, dark, golden ale, like it's supposed to be. Red ale. Looks delicious. Looks very clear. Let's see what it smells like, shall we? And nice lacing on the glass. It had a good head when I first poured it in front of you guys, but still good now. So because I just poured it again. So cheers. Let me see what it smells like.
Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
It smells really good. It doesn't smell bitter. Because you'd think it's 90 IBUs, you'd think it's really bitter, but it doesn't smell like it. It smells like maybe it's just maybe fruity. I don't know. It's not supposed to be a fruity beer. Or at least a sweetness. So let's see what this tastes like, shall we?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Alex.
Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Very nice on the palate. Has a little bit of dryness. Because it does, it does have that 90 fruit IBUs. The mouthfeel to me feels like a medium to middle. Yeah, medium would be middle. I don't know what I'm talking about. So medium to light. Very good. I taste a little bit of fruitness, but I'm not sure what it is.
Probably the
I don't
hops.
know what's. I don't know. Okay.
Could also be the yeast.
It tastes really nice. It's supposed to be really bitter. It has a little bit of bitterness and a little bit of dryness, but it's not like a bitter like it's gonna pucker your cheeks. So that's a good sign. I don't like all bitter anyway. So this even though it's supposed to be a stronger bitter beer, I think it's done well. I don't know if it's because of the date. I don't see no date on here, but it's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. That's my point. It doesn't taste bad, but I don't know where the date would be on here. I see the ABVs, but I don't see no date on here. Although this could be the date. Here we go. It might be the date. I'm not sure. 9/20. I'm not sure. This little red.
That definitely is some kind of dating, I would have to say. Yeah.
That's the freshness date.
Oh, you got the same one as me. It's freshest by May 2021.
Yep.
You got the same freshest date as I do. Fresh.
That's why it's so good. Okay. I thought it was a bad date,
You're
but
good.
no, it's not.
Nice.
So this is a good beer. It tastes, it's like nectar, basically. I think that's why they call it nugget nectar, because it kind of has that nectar sweetness. I like it. But again, I thought it'd be like, bitter though, because it's supposed to be bitter, but it's not that bad.
You finding that it does have a good malty balance to the hops?
Oh yeah. It's not like I said, oh, I don't like this beer, it's nasty. No.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
Yeah.
Now it depends on the bitterness, because I like more sweetness than bitter.
Yep.
If it turns out good, I'm going to get it again.
Yeah.
So far, this beer has been a winner.
Oh, yeah, man.
So I'm going to keep on sipping on this, and I'll probably give it a little high rating because it's not too bad. I don't like bitter, but it's not that bad with the bitter, this beer. So
John would like you to describe if there's any malt notes in there, like bread, caramel, toffee, any of those type notes come through.
Well, Johnny boy, I hate to say it, but no coffee. And I know that would be interesting if there was, Johnny boy. That would be interesting if there was coffee in this beer.
No, toffee.
Coffee.
no coffee, no.
I think so. At least I don't think so.
What about caramel?
No.
Okay.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Malty
I would
hard,
love that.
though.
I would love that. If it had a caramel taste, that'd be good because I like the taste of caramel too. So, if you can get this beer, I will tell you my rating next time around. Shout outs and stuff. Please try to get True Nectar and Nugget Nectar, please. Very good stuff so far. So, cheers. And thanks for letting me come on every Monday. Let's
Cheers,
drink BuMpY.
Alex.
Cheers,
Appreciate
Cheers, Alex. Thanks for being here.
Cheers.
Anytime, brother.
Well, it's gotten a lot darker since I was last up, hasn't it? Someone
Yeah.
behind one of the buildings. Ah, all
Not
right.
glowing anymore.
All right, so the aroma, or actually, flip it, sorry. Let's go with the appearance. Well, now I don't have the sun to help me. Kitchen light, all right, yeah. It's a dark copper color. It had a two-finger head. It's still retaining its carbonation pretty well. It bettered 8.5%. See, it's the medium carbs coming up in the bottom. Nicely done. Let's check the aroma. Tropical notes with malty goodness.
Ew.
I like this. Cheers.
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 You said you did like the smell of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, the 80 IBUs, that's what it was. I had to look it up. The 80 IBUs, they're not hidden. It's very bitter. Very, very bitter. The maltiness is in the middle. Yeah, it's nutty, kind of crackery. And I'm picking up the caramel. The hop flavors are it's citrusy. It's so weird. Like, this is a really weird style because it's citrusy and then like resiny. Very
Legendary Chadio, does this say it's citrusy?
No, I'm tasting citrusness.
Weird. Okay.
And so it's a good. It's a full body mouthfeel. The mouthfeel is just there throughout and it lingers. So, cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Next one. I'm always quick. I'm sorry.
You're drinking San Diego.
That's what she said. Ha.
Whoa.
Oh, wait.
All right. So the Imperial Satan's Pony, bourbon barrel aged from South Street Brewing out of Charlottesville, Virginia. 9%, 19 IBUs. So this one's way lower than everyone else's. So color wise, typical, that caramel copper type color. The head dissipated pretty quickly. Tried to regenerate a little bit of head, but you think with barrel age you might have a little bit more head, but yeah. So it's going for a nose. So you get a little bit of that barrel in there. You get some sweetness, maybe a little bit of vanilla, some oak, some caramel. I'm picking up maybe a little bit of dark fruits. like a raisin type esque. So I was looking at the bottle, and this one has a lot of malts. So it's got Pilsner malt, special pale malt, caramel 60 malt, Vienna malt, white wheat malt, dark crystal malt, chocolate malt, and then it's got Simcoe and Syrian, Golding hops, and Scottish ale yeast. So yeah, it's got a lot of malt characteristics. So you can kind of smell that right up the nose. It's very sweet right off the bat. So yeah, let's go in for a taste and see what I pull out. So cheers.
Cheers, Josh.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Tears for cheers.
What he said.
I don't know what I said.
So you get that barrel right up front. You get a little bit of that oakiness. You definitely taste the malts in there. Like I said, there's a bunch of malts in there. You get a little bit of that caramel sweetness, a little bit of vanilla. I'm kind of picking up a little bit of some dark fruit characteristics on this one. Probably about a medium to light mouthfeel on this one. I mean, it's not super thin, but you can kind of taste that 9%. Like I said, you definitely get that bourbon barrel aftertaste, and you definitely get that sweetness. You get that, like I said, caramel and caramel, same thing. But this one's good. Low, not really bitter at all. Like I said, 19 IBUs, so way low. You get more of a sweetness than you do hoppiness on this one. But at 9%, to me, I don't know if it'd be an easy drinker. I guess if you pounded a couple of them back at 9%, but I think the flavors go pretty well together. You get those. It's very malty, very sweet forward, not really much bitterness at all. So yeah, like I said, the head dissipated fairly quick. I'm trying to like regenerate it, but doesn't stick around too long. So yeah, I'm gonna keep sipping on it. We'll come up with a score and on the next go around. So cheers, BuMpy. Thanks for having me. Cheers to the panel chat.
Cheers.
Cheers, Josh.
Chatty.
Cheers, my friend. Yeah. Did you
Go
get
on,
that?
Chatty, I was going-
I know. Did you get that shirt at Goodwill for like $2?
$1.75.
No, they had to pay him to take it.
They're running a special.
Yeah, exactly. They paid him to take the shirt. It's a
I got a
$10
pair of
shirt.
sweatpants for $4. So,
Yeah.
Come on, we'll let you have the shirt if you leave us.
yeah, right. We've been trying to get rid of this forever.
All right. Yeah, I like that in black. Actually, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So this is from Fearless Brewing Company. These guys are out of Estacada, Oregon. They're like just east of me. 7.5% red ale. It's called the Loki. Now let's see if I can do this without spilling over. But it does regenerate quite well and leaves a nice lacing on the glass on the way up. Let's go in for a nose and the aromas.
Cheers.
Whoa. It's definitely like bready biscuits and like brown bread is what I get. Brown bread crust. Caramel's really evident in this. Very evident. That's a big one. Nice kind of cooked sugar caramely kind of feel to it. Sweet. It has a sweetness. You can sense a sweetness through the malts. Doesn't have a very hardcore hoppy aroma, but it does have a slight earthiness in there. So I'm assuming that's from the hops. Now, hold on. I got a little left. Let's see if I can. I did get. It's I always get different smells. Out of the can. You leave a little in there. I didn't really. It was hoppy before. A little more floral hop, actually, earthy floral. But I was trying to regenerate something there. But anyway, it poured about a 2-finger head. Nice creamy memory foam. Spongy looking head. A little bit rocky on the top. A few pebbles for the most part. But it does have like that yellowish kind of tan, pushing tan kind of beige color or something. It's copper. It's a deep copper pushing, or deep amber pushing copper, lighter copper. It does have a brown tint to it. In your light, it's hella darker than in mine. But you can see that little tint down there at the bottom. I'm not flipping you off. Sorry, I'm trying to.
You know, if you didn't say
Yeah.
anything, I don't think anyone would have caught that.
But it does have a little bit of an amber in the light. So anyway, it's a hazy, kind of chill hazy, maybe more or less. You can still see through it. It's just a little blurry. Let's go in for the drink. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Beers.
It's very smooth and creamy. It's a creamy mouthfeel. Body is nice and medium body. It has a nice bitterness in the back from the hops for sure. Very nice bitterness, though. It kind of has a grassy, floral, spicy bitterness. In the front, it's very soft and creamy and goes on real nice. No carbonation, very low. And it pushes this kind of a chalky dryness on the tip of your tongue and pushes into the breadier malts in the middle. Bready, the biscuit, the caramel, a slight hint of toffee in there. Not really any bitterness, just your sweetness going through the sides and on the top of your tongue and palate. And then it rolls into this hardcore dry craziness. Medium finish, a good hoppy, floral, grassy kind of hoppy finish with that caramel mixed in with it. The hops or the alcohol, the ABV, 7.5%. I'm not getting any heat or anything like that going up the sinuses or the nose or down the throat. It's very nice. A little chalky on the sides of the tongue, but just a very good beer for a red ale. Not bad at all. I mean, very well balanced for sure. A little chalky though, but it might be the water or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, a good beer, and I'm pleased. So, cheers.
Very nice beer, man.
Cheers, there, Mr. Beerman. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
guys. Yeah, thank you, BuMpy. Thank you, panel. Cheers.
Very good beer. I haven't had this one before. 7.3% red ale. I'm going to read a little off of what it's about. So in Colorado, we have our mountain ranges and all kinds of stuff. And on a clear day, the view from the lookout tower atop Devil's Head extends for hundreds of miles. It's from this highest peak in the Rampart Range that they've been spotting forest fires for nearly a century. This red ale is dedicated to those vigilant rangers keeping folks out of danger. So that's where this beer kind of came from. And
cheers to them.
I think it does a good representation for that type of thing that they just did there. You're getting some really good toffee notes off of here. I went ahead and poured a little bit more in here. I had a couple sips. The toffee on here is really, really sweet. You get they talk about smelling and tasting cedar in here. You do get that quite a bit in here.
Nice.
You get a ton of caramel, as you would with a red anyway. It's a beautiful little beer. I mean, for a big beer, it is really good. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We got mild effervescence, if not light effervescence. The head does go away, and it just has a little skimming of the head. If you notice, that's what's happening right now. It doesn't hold lacing too well. It does have alcohol legs to it. Let's go in for a taste. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, Brian.
Cheers, let's do it, Brian.
Beer.
Cheers.
Yeah, I love that brewery, by the way.
They put some good stuff out.
Oh yeah.
That is pretty cool, Brian, that they're actually honoring the law enforcement of the
Firefighters.
Forest Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Forest Rangers,
jumpers.
It's the law enforcement of the grizzly bears.
That's right.
There you go. Cheers. Sorry about that.
Mine cones.
The Grizzly Adams.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you all about that later.
Okay, so right off the bat, this thing, it states it's only 38 IBUs. Let's double that. I mean, it's pretty bitter. The maltness isn't quite as forward as it should be. So you got kind of a little bit of an unbalance there, but it's actually really good. The hop notes itself are very kind of West Coasty. They're not piney bitter, but they're kind of Douglas fir bitter, if you want to go that route. It's not quite there with chewing on pine needles or eating a pine cone and hanging out with eating grape nuts with the nature friends. The body of it is medium to medium light in a way. It hides the alcohol very well while you're drinking it. It doesn't escape. You don't get that alcohol escape off the tongue. It's an afterthought. After you drink it and you put the beer down for a minute, and I was thinking about writing notes down, and at that point I could get that alcohol happening at the back of the tongue. So yeah, sweet toffee caramel, some toasty malt cedar. The alcohol was an afterthought, and like I said, the IBUs is I think they're well off on the IBUs. This is a bit more. This could almost get in that realm of a pale ale type of bitterness, if you catch my drift. If you ever had Sierra Nevada's pale ale, it's one of the best out there. It's that type of bitterness just underneath that. It regenerates very well. I mean, the malt notes are there. It's just I think it's covered up a bit by the bitterness. I mean, it's a little bit unbalanced, but it's not that far out of base. I really like this beer. I'm going to buy this beer over and over and over again. That's how much I like it. But yep, Pikes Peak, Devil's Head Red Ale. Yeah, let me think about it, and we'll get a number on the round.
Yes.
All right, legendary Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
Appreciate you.
Oh, hello. Thank you once again, Bumpy, and thank you for stopping by the Bumpy Road channel YouTube, everybody. We got another Trogue Nugget Nectar. I guess I'm the only one to have it in the can. Doubt that's going to make any real make or break differences in the flavors, but we shall see. This is one of their once a year beers.
Well, I'm the only one not wearing glasses, so
I taste aluminum.
Legendary Eric.
Aluminum.
Hey, Eric, sometimes I notice that. Sometimes the cans taste like the beer bottles taste better than the cans. Sometimes I've never had
a bottle forever, so I don't recall that. But they say on the back of this, Nugget Warrior, Tomahawk, Simcoe, and Palisade hops, in that it's excessively dry hopped. All right, so there we go on that one. So we already talked about the appearance, and we looked at the head and all that awesomeness, and it does look very nice. All right, so the aroma on the Nugget Nectar, to my nose, I don't know, but to me at least, I definitely do notice that it's gonna be some kind of a bitter bomb. I'm definitely noticing that on my end. I'm getting a lot of the resiny, oily, piney, grapefruit, lots of orangey kind of notes in there. I do get the caramel and the toffee on my end. Yeah, definitely. I can see where Beer Man goes on his beer, talking about like the cooked kind of sugar, that kind of caramel kind of note in there. Just real earthy, real resiny, and it's got a nice. I guess I kind of want to say almost like a rye bread kind of a toastiness in there. Definitely has some spicy elements in there too. So to me, if I were to just be blindfolded, I would be telling you this is a big old West Coast style IPA, and that's how they're hopping the beer. So let's give that Nugget Nectar from the can a go.
Cheers.
Cheers, Eric.
Nice. Cheers, Eric.
Good stuff.
Cheers.
Now that is some good stuff right there. So yeah, bitter like a West Coast IPA for sure. I'm getting some piney notes. I'm getting almost like a marmalade kind of jammy sweetness in there, mixed with the caramel and toffee. Definitely that rye bread sort of toastiness and the spiciness from you can kind of get from rye malts. Very orangey, very grapefruity, very pithy, very resin oil quality like. It's definitely leaving you with the dry mouthfeel, a little bit of the dried fruit at the end here, and a touch of the chalkiness, but it's not really leaving any film in the at the roof of the mouth, which is nice. Highly carbonated, but it's nice fine carbonation, as you can see. So they're really small, fine bubbles, so it's easy to go down. Crisp, clean for the most part, very clean. Yeah, it's clean. Ultra refreshing for what it is at 7.5. You're not really getting, you are getting a little bit of alcohol, but I would say really what you're getting is the big 93 IBUs in there. But there's a lot of that rye kind of a bready malt and the caramel and toffee in there to try to balance out a lot of that hopping. But if you don't like really, really hoppy beers, I'm not sure if you would like this one, even though there is a nice concentration of malts to combat the 93 IBUs. But if you're a West Coast IPA lover, you do love your more traditional IPAs. Yeah, Nugget Nectar, you got to try that one. Very happy, very impressed. You'll hear my awesome number. It'll be nice and high. Cheers, everybody. We'll talk in a little while.
Cheers, Eric. Thank you.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Hey, Michael.
Okay, it's interesting. It's interesting to follow Eric because my sentiments are going to be very similar to Eric. But this is what it looks like now in the glass, and you can't really see the carbonation anymore. But it's what it's turned out to be is very small bubbles that are shooting up the middle. The coloration is kind of like a reddish orange color, and the head has now minimized down to just a thin white head on the top. And that's where we're going with this. And you're getting some lacing on the side, and it does regenerate, but not very big, kind of like a small, thin deal. Let me get a nose on it. You can really smell the malts in the nose with this too, and you can tell that it's hoppy also just from the smell. Getting a nice combination in the nose. I can get that a little bit of the toffee and the caramel smell as well. Bready smell. Let me take a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Michael.
Okay, you do right away get the bitterness on the front because the 93 IBUs are there. The reason it doesn't taste like 93 IBUs is they have done a good job with the malt. So the malts do tone down the hops a little bit. It doesn't taste like 93, but certainly you can taste the bitterness. It's well balanced though, and I'm getting combination of kind of like a resiny dankness in this, definitely West Coast style. But I don't know, I guess because it's not similar to your straight IPAs, which sometimes have those high IBUs, because I guess they're using, I don't know what malts they're using, but whatever they are, they're doing a good job of at least toning down the hops a little bit to make it more palatable and more enjoyable. But it's definitely well balanced.
Actually, come to think of it, Michael, I'm really enjoying the same beer that you're enjoying. It's very tasty as well.
No, when we come around with my number is going to be high as well because it's an enjoyable beer for sure. And I see what they're trying to do, and I'm really enjoying it. The finish is a little bit on the dry side.
That's true.
You're still getting the pininess throughout the whole beer. So it's like all of it together has, it's really a decent beer. BuMpy, thank you for having me tonight, and I'll come around with my score.
All right. Thanks for being here, Michael. Now we go off to miscellaneous.
Legendary Andrew.
Legendary badass.
So yeah, for the Diver Down from Brew Hub. I feel like Josh tonight. I've got no head.
Welcome to the club. Finally, so
Bad date with the beer.
I can make a phone call for you to change that.
No lacing. This is actually the second one I poured up. No lacing. Slightly regen. It's the appearance. I mean, what you guys see is obviously way darker than what it is, but it is a very nice red amber color, translucent, slightly opaque. It's got a nice slight haze to it. On the nose, I get the caramel. I get a slight toffee. It is kind of like a grassy hop. Maybe a tiny bit of honey on there. So yeah, cheers. We're going for a sip.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry for my slight outburst earlier. I thought it was muted.
Well, you have like Tourette's or
Dude, I didn't
I
even,
missed it.
I didn't even hear you. I'm about to go back and find it.
Eric heard it.
Whoops, it's all right.
So I get like there's a sweetness to it. I get like a honey caramel. The hop note is grassy. I kind of I do pick up almost like I missed it on the nose. It is like has like a sweet brown bread kind of note to it. Finishes fairly dry. Midway through the sip, I do get like a maltiness, almost like a Triscuit. You know what I mean? Just like a wheat cracker type of thing going on there. Slight bitterness on the outside of the tongue. Not overbearing. It just kind of melds slightly with the sweetness. Body on the beer is medium. I don't know, man. This beer is probably not going to get it's not going to get a good score for me. I didn't like it 2 weeks ago when I bought it. Still don't like it now. Yeah, 8% though, not boozy. Can't smell it. It's well hidden. I think you could absolutely crush these beers at 8%. So, yeah, cheers. Thanks for having me. And they can't all be winners. So,
Cheers. Well, you know what they say. Whatever happens in Lakeland should stay in Lakeland.
Keep it up there.
Except for their air shows.
If I ever make it there, I'm definitely not going to this pub.
Yeah, their air show there, I heard it annually. Air show over there is awesome. But other than that, it's just like
we have an air show right here. I can watch it from my house.
I know where I'm going for vacation.
Bring your ass to Florida, you guys. I'm down here. I'll tell you all the spots.
It'll be fun.
Thank you, Miscellaneous.
Well, let's hit the legendary puppies, guys say.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. The aromas on this 5-month-old brew.
Is it legendary?
It's got a maltiness to it. There's a kind of a strange thing going on. I'm picking up. It's reminding me of apples, kind of like a little bit like a red apple, red delicious maybe. So some malty sweetness. I think it's like hops. I think there's like this like fresh pine type note that's kind of mixing with something and coming off like a red apple type thing. Although it didn't smell like this a few months ago. But yeah, it's got a bit of something that resembles a sweet kind of caramel.
It's caramel.
He's from Southern New Hampshire.
You gotta hit it in every way possible. That's how it's pronounced. A little bit of a bready note in there, but yeah, that kind of red apple note's the first thing that I noticed, and can't really get rid of it. But cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, legendary Paul.
Cheers, BuMpy.
Kind of a sweet toasted bread, bit of that bread crust type note. A little bit caramel going into more of a burnt sugar, like molasses type deal, a little bit with a bitterness that follows that. It's kind of on the piney side, still picking up a little bit of that kind of red apple note in there too. Fairly moderately bitter. Starts off on the kind of sweet end, like I said, with the bread and caramel type notes, molassesy thing, and then it's just straight up bitter. That's what I'm left with. A pretty big piney bittering finish. Body on this one, I'd say it's medium with a low medium carbonation. Kind of wet on the palate. It's not super dry. It's definitely changed since I have had it. It tasted really good after like the 3-month mark when I picked it up, but 5 months I think is pushing it for this beer. Because it's my second can of it tonight, and they both have tasted exactly the same. Which the other 4 cans of it I had before. The other 2 cans I had of it before, it was only 4-pack. tasted better a while back. So anyways, let's move back to Alex so he can give us a score of 100.
All right. Well, I really like the beer. I don't like the dryness of it, but it is what it is. But I love the sweetness of it, and you know, I didn't think that Imperial Red Ales or any of these beers have to be sweet, but I love my sweet beers, so this fits well. So I'm gonna give it a 90. Give it a 90. Not 100, but a 90 because it has great sweetness to it. But you know, so that's what it gets because I like the sweetness of it, not the bitterness of it. It has more sweetness to it. It has a lot of dryness to it and has a little bit of bitter, but I think it has more sweetness to it than bitter. But it also has a lot of dryness, which I don't like. But I give it a 90 because I like the sweetness of it and the flavor. But if it didn't have that dryness, I'd probably give it 100 because the sweetness, like I said, is really good. So stays a 90. It's a good beer. If you can get it, please do. The same beer as legendary Michael and Eric are drinking. So if you can get this, please do. Very tasty beer. So I guess I'll do the shout outs next time around, right? Legendary
Let's go
BuMpY.
next time. Now.
Do it now. I didn't know that. I didn't know Legendary BuMpY.
Go with the program.
So the shout outs will be it'll be Food Friday. It'll be what's it called? Pigs in the Blanket and whatever beer you want to bring. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then 10:30 Sunday will be Johnny Boy Stout Sunday. So Stout Sunday, 10:30 on Johnny Boy's channel, known as John and Nelly or Georgia Beer Reviews. So beer review. So 10:30 Stout Sunday on John's channel. Cheers.
What kind of blanket should I put my pig in when I wrap it?
A comfortable
Whatever you
one.
want.
Depends on the weather, Josh.
Whatever you want.
Oh my goodness! Whoa! I was trying to do something else. Wow! Hi, I'm Chadio. I'm new here. I don't know what I'm doing. Just kidding, but
I don't claim him as a neighbor.
you don't claim me as a dependent. Well, that stinks for you because you could have got some more money. The Wreck Havoc from Bootstrap Brewing Company in Longmont, 8.5%. Yeah, you taste that 8.5%. You feel the 8.5%. This is a really good beer. It's a great Imperial Red Ale with a full body and lasting flavors. Cheers! I will buy this beer again. So, with that being said, this beer is the same score of the year that this team came about. 95. 95.
Wow.
And shout outs and I guess I'll just do me because I'm fancy. I did a video of our legendary snowstorm here in Colorado over the weekend.
Great
up
video.
on the Chadio channel. Had a lot of fun putting that together and editing it. And tomorrow Bailey returns with a very special beer review.
Bailey.
Yeah, man. Man. Yeah, that guy. Bailey, man. So, other than that, just a lot of food and beer reviews. And sometime soon get some more video games out. I know I feel weird not playing any games lately, but kind of burned out. But yeah, those should come back a little bit soon. So cheers. Oh, and St. Patrick's Day, I do have four reviews coming out that day.
Wow. Oh yeah.
4. Cheers.
Nice.
Cheers. Thank you,
for
Jetty.
having me. Yep, thank you for having me.
Well, thanks for being here.
Thanks for showing.
I didn't have a choice.
You can merch on Chatio's channel.
We all
Look,
bought
flustered. Your hair like out sideways again.
Me?
Yeah.
What? It's sideways. So, bourbon barrel aged imperial Satan's pony. I think Satan's pony must have took a lunch break.
Oh,
No.
It's very, to me, it's very sweet. It's very malt. You get a lot of that dark sugar in this one. I feel like maybe they should have rebranded it and called it a Belgian quad because that's what it's drinking like. I don't know if they should call it an imperial red amber ale, but yeah, it's just super sweet to me. And then 9%. I mean, you get a little of that barrel characteristic of it, but it's mediocre. There's not really much. It doesn't wow me. Like I said, you get the caramel, you get the vanilla, and you get a lot of that oakiness. You get the dark fruits, all that kind of stuff. Decent mouthfeel to it, probably light medium to that one, but I don't think I'd pick it up again. Luckily, I only got a single bottle of it, but I'm sure I think their regular Satan's pony at like 5 something might be a little bit better, but to me, it tastes like a Belgian quad. But score-wise, I'll give it an 83. It's not terrible. It's not great in between, but for what it is, it's drinkable. I mean, I'm almost done with it, but it doesn't wow me. So 83 for Satan's Imperial Satan's. Shout outs, Philly Cripper 87 on Instagram. Last beer reviews on YouTube. Eventually, we're trying to. Once I start the channel, I might get some merch together and do that whole kind of thing. But yeah, I don't really have too much going on. You'll see me on these live streams and YouTube, blah blah blah. But yeah, cheers, BuMpy. Thanks for having me. It's always fun doing these. Cheers to the panel. Cheers to the chat. Nice. It's nice doing different styles of beer that I don't really dive into too much. So it's nice to kind of get different palettes and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, 83 for me for Imperial Satan's Pony from South Street. So cheers.
Nice.
Cheers,
man.
Cheers to Chatty.
and cheers to Chatty. Thanks for being here. And here's Beer Man.
That guy's
Cheers.
selling
Hey,
some
man.
good merch lately, man.
Uh-huh.
Should be coming up on some real good beers soon.
Yeah, it's a good commission. So this is a good beer. It's not bad. My last notes that I wrote. Caramel forward for sure. Smooth and creamy. Nice color. Lacing's good. Good carbonation. Well balanced with bitter and sweet brown bread. Slight toffee. Nice bitter sweet finish. Grassy, spicy, slight pine resin in the back. Chalkiness was evident, but not off-putting, possibly from tannins or the water. Overall, a great beer for the style.
Nice.
And I went with the 94 out of 100. So pretty exceptional beer. Oh, this is the wrong beer. It's not. This one.
Let's show that one. Drunken one's really gonna be pissed at me.
I finished it. But yeah, very good though. Very good beer. Beer and cheese tomorrow is Irish only, so anything Irish goes. Even if honestly, I bought a beer that has an Irish label, so if the beer has an Irish label, bring it. That's all good too.
Hey.
Maybe make an Irish cheese out of it though. That'd be cool. Kerrygold or something.
Yeah, here you go.
That's
You
a
think
good
what
one.
I'm thinking. You're in my head.
Heck yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. But 8:00 Eastern tomorrow, Tuesdays, be there. And Wednesday will be Happy Wednesday. So bring a beer that's malty and delicious.
And it's
we'll
also
go
St.
over.
Patrick's Day on Wednesday.
Oh, so there you go. That's perfect. That's why I brought that Guinness. So let's go over. Let's all do a Guinness panel. Screw it. Let's do that. If you'd like.
I don't have a
We
Guinness.
can-
I do have a Guinness. I don't have a Guinness.
Oh, yeah.
We can go get a Guinness if you'd like. If that's last minute, I'm sorry. Bring whatever,
No, I'm
but-
just messing. I have one.
But no, we'll all go over the malts together and we'll learn what's in Guinness. So that would be cool. Yeah. But other than that, I did get a package today from Chatio. Thank you, man. That was a cool thing there, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think Lucy sent that to you.
Oh, Lucy sent it. Yeah, thank you, Lucy. Very, very cool. I'll be repaying that for sure in the near future. But other than that, other videos will go up spontaneously. So, cheers. Thank you, Bumpy. Appreciate it. Awesome panel. Awesome chat. Hell yeah. This is groovy.
Ooh, that must be West Coast
That must mean it's time for thrash.
Yes.
groove metal.
All the friggin' horse shit.
Language.
All right.
Horse crap.
Great damn beer. This is a 96 out of 100. I really recommend this one. If you can get Pikes Peak Brewing, any of them, I mean, they're Old Elephant. I mean, any of them, they make really good beers. But yeah, this really came out little bitterness forward, but I don't care. I'm not a hop bomb head. I'm a hop head. I love IPAs. I like pale ales. They're my favorite beers. So this is kind of like right up my alley for a red. So yeah, and it hides the alcohol very well. So cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, shout outs. If you guys haven't seen what's happening,
Here.
all right, I'm not going to do it right now. This is what's going to happen.
Is it?
Everybody needs to do a 1 liter chug challenge. It doesn't matter if you're fast or not. It's getting the video down, uploading it, either getting it to me. If you don't have a channel, create the video. We'll figure out a way where I can get it. And just do a video of you downing 1 liter. I put together a compilation before, and there's some people there that can't chug for shit, and it took them 5 minutes to put the beer down. So it's not a problem whatsoever. So what it is it's more of a camaraderie thing, bringing kind of the old homebrewer people that myself, Dio, and other people used to hang out with. Still do. They're starting to come out of the woodwork. They're all getting ears of this. Australia guys are starting to the ears are perking up, sort of the guys in New Zealand, in the UK, Europe, all over the place. These people are starting to come out of the woodwork saying, yes, I want to do it. So here's the deal. I haven't put the video out yet, but the date that I need to have all the videos in is May Day. So May 1st, okay? If you can record yourself drinking 1 liter of carbonated beer. Make sure you don't have any kids in the video whatsoever. Be responsible, because you're drinking alcohol. I don't want you falling down the stairs or doing something stupid. And the disclaimer, I'm not responsible for what you do. But as soon as you give me the video, I can do anything I want with it. And we'll get the compilation together, and it's a blast. And it could become a yearly thing. And we'll have the competition with those who do it the fastest. I'll have a prize for them. We'll get it out to you. Miscellaneous Magnets, he's the one who's been pushing me on this, and we're gonna do it. So May 1st is the deadline. So get your recordings up. Go to my about on my channel and my email's there, and let me know where it's at, and I'll go grab it and put it together. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers for beer.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right
That
back.
makes me nervous.
Uh-oh.
John and Ellie's been wanting this too.
I just might do mine
Hold on.
tonight.
He does that when he's in bed asleep.
It's
I
gonna
can
be-
chug a liter. I just got to prepare my belly for it. Oh, whiskey? Yeah.
You prepare your belly for that.
Prepare. Yeah, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah, that's what she said. Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah, no, no,
Like
no.
she said, it doesn't last that long either.
Oh, the nugget nectar. Let's go back to beer, shall we? Nugget nectar. Yeah. What's a fair rating without going too overboard? Over
100.
94. Write that down. 94.
There you go.
Yeah, this is one I buy every year. I try to at least get it once every year. I mean, I think if you're a hop head and you have access to trogs in your area, this is like one of those immediately without question when you see it, you go buy it. Yeah, definitely a hop head delight. Definitely if you like West Coast IPAs, buy this one. Again, it is 93 IBUs, but I think that and it is really, really bitter, but I think there is enough supporting malts that the hops never get super fatiguing, which is nice. Nice drinkability at 7.5. It is Imperial, but like a lot of our beers we're drinking this evening, well, most of them, not all of them, you're like 7.3, 7.5 range. Really, the Imperial Red, for some reason, isn't a high ABV, even though it can go that direction. But, yeah, really, really nice West Coast inspired kind of beer. So excellent stuff.
Nice.
It was $3.99 for a single can, 16 ounces. So my channel, the Masters of Beer Reviews channel of YouTube, Thomas Metal 75. This week, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on St. Patrick's Day, we shall be doing the Wild Card Wednesday again. So if you want to bring a Irish themed beer, I'm not making it any theme, but certainly bring an Irish themed beer since it's St. Patrick's Day, or a wine or a liquor, and let's be merry. Yeah, sure. And then what else is going on after that is beer chugs for What the ABV, all Irish themed once again for the whole month of March. So very cool stuff. And before I get going here, we're again the band Oxblood Forge. I drum in. We're getting pretty close to mastering that album and then getting it released. So stay tuned for all of that.
Oh, yeah, a little neck cracking. Bang your head, man.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Right on.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Cheers.
94.
Thank you, Eric.
You're muted,
You're
Michael.
muted.
No, he's going to be a mime tonight.
Michael, come back.
I'm back. I'm going a couple of points higher than Eric to 96. I think it's a very good example of an amber ale, 7.5%, 93 IBUs. I recommend it if you could find it in your area. It's from middle of Pennsylvania. Very good, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I maybe get another one. You know, they had it at the food co-op. Maybe I would buy another one. As far as shout outs, Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Daylight Time. It'll be back on John's channel this week. Bring any stout or porter, and it's usually a really good time. About an hour discussion we usually have, and pretty interesting. So come out and do that. Thanks again, BuMpy, for having me tonight.
Thank you for being here, Michael.
Cheers.
Boy, huh?
Cheers.
All right, boy, Bailey.
And it's like this.
I got some shit on my shirt right there.
You're alive.
Here. Miscellaneous, I'm doing you a favor.
For Brew Hub, they're Diver Down. Me personally, I just didn't care for that for this beer. I don't know what it was. It's just kind of lackluster. The caramel wasn't rich enough. It didn't leave a head, a big any lacing or anything like that. The bitterness and the sweetness were kind of battling each other. I wouldn't say that it was balanced. Just overall, in my opinion, not a good beer. I'm not going to sit here and slam that brewery or anything like that. I just really didn't care for that beer. That was the only Imperial Red that I could get.
I got a bucket for you to dump the rest in.
Score wise, I give it a 70.
Wow.
Wowzer.
Right into the sea.
Not good. I wouldn't buy that again. I wouldn't send it to anybody. That's just how I feel about it.
You won't go thrash metal and hand it to your buddy and say, "Hey, try this."
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely would not do that.
Send it to me. I'll drink it.
Yeah. Other than that, shout out wise, yeah, look out for some more miscellaneous brew reviews, and yeah, I think everybody else covered everything we got.
Did we get chugs?
Beer chug got covered.
Oh, yeah.
Eric said something about that.
The chug challenge, yeah, got covered.
Yeah, and, yeah. Get your liter Stein or get your boot.
That's boot.
It's got to be carbonated beer, and yeah, get in on that. It's gonna be fun. I haven't posted my video yet. I might do a
few attempts.
I might shoot a video later and see where my time's at. But I've been practicing, so you guys better be watching that.
That's right.
Barrel-aged stout chug reviews by Miscellaneous.
Actually, one of the best chugs that I ever did was Guinness.
I think you beat me, by the way. I think I'm beaten.
I'm interested to see what Thrash is going to put out. He's got a boot ready to go.
Fuck yeah, man.
9.8 seconds.
Wow. 7.5.
We stalled a horse.
7.5.
Damn, that's like coneheads, man. When you nail food and shit.
Yeah, right. He smokes a whole pack of cigarettes at one time.
7.5. Yeah.
That's the amount of seconds you need.
Right.
I know my favorite beer.
Thanks for having me, Bumpy, and
Cheers, buddy.
wish I had a better beer. That's all I could say. But
He's got better beer face.
I am drinking a better beer.
I wish I had good beer.
Good old
Same boat.
Central Florida beer.
Beer, you may.
The same boat.
It's ain't a good thing when everybody's drinking a different beer. So you can.
Damn it.
What happened to beer? Mine's not much different. I can go by, let's see, what I remember from it when I first picked it up. I probably would have scored it in the very low 90 range to high 80 range. The way it's drinking now, high 70s to low 80s. I'm just going to give this a flat 80 out of 100. It's just that apple note. It's definitely off, and it wasn't there before.
Do you think it's you think that apple notes from the beer being jacked? I mean, you know, where it's the fermentation
came through. It didn't taste like this a few months ago.
Okay, all right.
I don't really know.
Sense.
That's what I'm thinking. Like it's something to do with like the malt and the hops kind of just aging, and it's just the way it's coming off now. Because I think it's more of a piney. It's more like a piney note, like fresh pine stripped branches, and then the malts. I don't know. Most I could think of because it didn't have that weird apple taste a few months ago. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it. If you don't find this one within a couple months old, I would pass by.
Drink it quick.
Unless you really like apple. Jeff, you like apples.
I like apples.
I love lamp.
The shout outs we got next Sunday is the After Dark Beers. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Just bring a dark beer. Everybody's welcome on panel or in chat. Multi Monday will be next Monday. We don't know what the poll is going to look like just yet. We're going to build that poll as soon as we get done with this. It'll be put out in various places. You can find it on the description of this video here, of this live. You can also find it on Beerman's community page. And everybody already that's in our Hangouts in Google already knows that they'll be there. So
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
yeah, everybody can vote on the next beer when we create the poll for the next 4 styles we'll come up with. and the polling stops at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday. So no more voting after that, but vote up until then. And I'll try to put out a video as soon as I can with whatever beer style does win, so people have ample time to search, research, and search some more and try to find whatever style it's going to be. But I want to bring this back to everybody tonight. I want to thank my panel for showing up. I want to thank the folks that tried to get on panel that thought they had picked up the correct beer, and they both did pick up like the correct type style. It just wasn't imperialized. Mr. Lane's going to chug that. Oh,
Not now.
That thing looks too cold, dude.
Wow.
Wow.
Jeez,
it's like
frosted. Look at that.
Alex's frosty mugs he does during his halftime
We'll
beer
make
show.
Colorado outside.
Yep, that's what I do. Yeah.
It's not even
Can't wait to do that again.
It got
I can't wait.
it almost got the 50 degrees here today, so it wasn't even that cold when it was snowing.
Ooh.
I read a bear fest last night because of this challenge.
With the wind chill today, it didn't even get above negative here. It was
Yeah.
negative all day with the wind chill.
Negative.
Today was bad for the weather. Oh, there he goes.
But yeah,
Jeremy.
Not yet, but he's getting close, folks.
I know. He's getting silly down there.
but I want to thank the chat. We're gonna go create a poll because I know some people that got to go do other things and stuff. So let's end the show now. And D1, anybody else that wants to jump in that couldn't get on, Lep, if you're out there, join up in the after show thing here as we create the poll. Cheers, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you all.
Make it a little bit.
Cheers, y'all.